Hello everyone, welcome back to another training video. In this video, we're going to be looking at the MT4. So we're going to be looking at practical applications of the MT4. We'll go through some of the features or all of the features as much as we can of the MT4, how to log into your MT4 and how to use it. So it's going to be interesting. So stay tuned. Now, first of all, what you see on your screen is the MT4 for the desktop version. So your laptop or your desktop, and you download the MetaTrader 4, it's going to look something like this once you open it. So once you open it, it will look something like this. Now, depending on if you're just downloading it for the first time, then it would probably ask you to log into an existing account or create a new account. Now, usually, because you've created an account with ANZO Capital, the login details to your MT4, if you want a demo or a live MT4, you can create that from your client's portal like shown in the previous videos. So once you have your MT4 login details sent to your mail, you could then use that to log into your MT4. Now, how do you do that? Now, under the navigation window or navigator window here, what you want to do is right-click on accounts and click on login to trade accounts, right? So you right-click on this accounts tab here and then select login to trade account. Then you can put in the login details, the MT4 login details, and the MT4 password, and also ensure that you use the right server, right? So if it's a live account, you put in ANZO Capital Live. If it's a demo account, you select ANZO Capital Demo, and then you log into your account, and that is good. Now, in case you don't have the navigator window here, you can simply find that or bring that up by going to View. So View, Navigator, and that would bring up Navigator. So by pressing it, I remove it. So go back again, View, and then select Navigator to bring up this Navigator setting. Now, what can you do here in this Navigator besides logging into your account? You can also, it also gives you a list of indicators, and, you can select from that particular area. There's also EAs or expert advisor. This is where you can, if you have expert advisors or robots, you want to put it into your expert advisor folder on your MT4. And then there's also scripts, right? Now, this market watch window, as you can see here, this section here is called the market watch window. Now, what it shows you all the instruments that you can trade. Now, for sometimes once you log in, it might not show you as much instruments. What you want to do is right-click on any instruments and then select Show All, right? So you want to just right-click on any instrument and then select Show All, and then show you all the instruments. You could select the instrument you want to trade or analyze. Now, you could trade an instrument by yourself from here. You could also, do your analysis from here. Maybe you want to analyze it before you do anything. Now, this big black window is the charts window, right? So this area shows you the instruments that you've, the instrument that you've selected, the charts for it, right? So this chart window, as you can see here, we have the Euro USD pair. And this is the chart for Euro USD. And you'll see close to it, it says H4, that's 4 hours. So this is the 4-hour chart of the Euro against the dollar. Now, obviously, you can customize your chart window to look exactly just the way you want it. Some people will prefer black and white. Just go to Property. So Property. And you select the color scheme that you want. Say you want black on white, you can select that. You can even modify each of the parameters, and then you click select, so it might look exactly the way you want it. So let's just keep it that way, the way it was before, just for now. So that should be green on black. I'll just click OK, right? Now, you could remove these grid lines. You could just right-click. And so these grid lines are this box type of things on top of the charts. Just right-click and select click on grid, or just simply click on Ctrl-G, and it will have it like this. So this is your chart window. This is your market watch window. This is your navigator window where you can log into your accounts, switch from one account to another, select expert advisors, indicators, or scripts. And then down here is your order window. Now this area shows the open, so it shows a number of things, but there are several tabs in it. So this first tab here says trade. Now, this first tab shows the open It shows you the open trades you have or the open pending orders. So if you have positions, so let's say, for example, let's assume we want to place a trade on this. So I'll show you that. If you place a trade, it will show up here. As you can see, there's currently just one warning trade, and it's on Euro AUD. You can see this is size, refers to the volume or lot size. Type refers to buy, so you are either buying or selling. This is the entry price, the price at which you entered. This is the stop loss if you set it, and this is the take profits, and this is the current price. And then you can see the current balance as price is moving. Okay, so it's currently up about $40. Now, how do you place a trade? Well, the first thing, it's also the quite a most important thing, is how do you place a trade? Now, you could see there are several options, that's the beauty. But up here, you could see new order, right? So as you can see here, it says new order. Now, if you click on new order, it will bring up the order window, right? And then you can now select either you want to buy or if you want to sell. Now, remember, like we did like we learned in the previous sessions, we learned there are different types of orders. There's the buy limit, sell limit, buy stop, sell stop. So basically divided into instant order or market order and pending orders. Now, if you click buy or sell, you are buying or selling at the current price. So that's going to be an instant order, right? So let's say we want to buy Euro USD at current price, and we'll just click on buy, right? So if you see, notice that as we placed buy, it shows down here. You can see we now have a new trade, which is Euro USD. We traded one standard lot, we bought, this is the price we bought, and then obviously we did not put stop loss and take profits, and it is currently open, okay? Now, if you look at the chart window, you would see that there's now a green line that appears from the point at which we bought. Look to this side, you'll see it shows you the volume. So it's kind of, fuzzy here, but buy one standard lot at that particular price. Now, you can modify an order, meaning if you place the buy or a sell, you can modify the order to put in take profit and stop loss. Remember, we didn't put any take profits or stop loss value here. So let's do that. So to modify an order, just right click on the order, select modify or delete order, and then this window pops up, and then you can now put in the value you want to set. So let's say we want to put our stop loss at a value. Now let's say the value is 0.9966. That will be our stop loss. You can see it says stop loss. That's where you put your stop loss. And this one says take profit. That's where you put your take profit. And let's say we want to put our take profit at let's just say 1.0073. And then we'll click on, once you're done, you click on modify. And notice that our chart now has two extra red lines. If you look toward the left, this one says TP, that stands for take profits, and down here says SL. I don't know if you can see it, but SL stands for stop loss. Okay, so you can SL stop loss, TP take profit. So what it means is if price comes down and hits here, it will take it's going to hit our stop loss, and then we'll take the loss. In this case, if you hover over it, it will show you what the loss of profits would be. So if we are wrong and price comes to hit our stop loss, you can see that we're going to lose $449, right? So remember, we're using, this is a demo account, and if you're trading, you want to use appropriate lot size for your account. But if we're right, we're going to make we're also going to make $621. So if we're wrong, we'll lose 400. If we're right, we'll make 620. Now you can see, just because you have stop loss and take profit doesn't mean you can't close your trade whenever you like. So you might be in profits and you want to close your trade. You can easily close your trade simply by right-clicking, select close order. That's one way to do it. Now, if you're setting up your MT4 for the first time, it will show you this one-click trading option. What this means is if you agree and you select OK, that means immediately you click on close order, it will close it without asking you again for confirmation. Personally, I don't like to use this setting, so I'll just click on cancel so that you can ask me to confirm if I will to close it or not. And that's how you do it. Now, you can also close order by clicking on. So if you look at this order here, for example, you see the first trade we have here, which is Euro AUD. You can see that there is, it's currently running 58 pips. So let's go to that chart. Now, another point, You can close a trade just by clicking on this X. It will bring up this same window and you can decide to close on it. Now, I won't close it just yet because I want to use it to show you something else later. Now, notice that this chart window here, there are several other tabs. So you can see there are 4 different tabs. You can add more, right? If you click on this minimum, or, just to reduce the size here, you can have, you can add more charts, modify it and add as many charts as you want, right? So that you can have several instruments to pay attention to. Now, let's just keep this one in mind and let's keep using this. So you can see this is Euro AUD, we have USD JPY. In order to look at a new chart, say you want to analyze this pair, GBP JPY, you can simply just drag. So I'm dragging and dropping. So I'll drag and release, right? So I hold on to it, right click, left click down, and then drag to the chart window and then let go of it. And it shows me the instruments I want to look at. So I'm looking at GBP CHF. If I want to look at NZD card, I just drag and drop as NZD card. If I want to look at NZD JPY, drag and drop, right? So it's simple, drag and drop, and it will show you the instruments, the chart of the instruments you're looking at. Now, if you look at the chart, so you can see this is GBP AUD, it says M1. What does M1 stand for? The M1 stands for 1 minute. Now, up here, if you can see, that shows the time frame. So there's M1, that's 1 minute. If you hover over it, it shows you. M5, that's 5 minutes. M15, 15 minutes. M30, 30 minutes. Then we have 1 hour, 4 hours, 1 day, 1 week, and 1 month. So this chart is currently GBP AUD on the 1 minute time frame. If I want to see the daily chart, I click on D1 and it shows me the daily chart of the same of GBP USD. So I can do my analysis on whatever time frame I want to do and then look to get into a trade. So you can switch between time frame. And remember, you can open your trade by yourself by selecting new order. You can also just right click on the trade and select new order as well. So that explains the time frame window. We've looked at the market watch window. There's also the navigator window, the trade order window. Now in the trade order window, there's also another important tab to pay attention to. It's the account history. So the account history will show you all the trades you've closed on your account, both pending orders that were not triggered and trades that were closed either by stop loss or you close them yourself or by take profit. So you can see the history of this account is there's the $314 is the profits made. And the trade was closed. You can see when the trade was closed down here. Okay, so the setting, you can look at, you want to look at the last 3 months history, the last 1 month history, all history in total. You can even do custom periods to look at specific period of the history of your charts. Okay, so that's there's also the alert window. You can set chart alarm so that if price gets to a particular point, let's say you want your attention to be called to the charts if price comes down to a certain level, right? Now this is, if you have that level in mind, you can set a chart alarm for it. Now, how do you set a chart alarm? You can just right click here and click on create, right? So you want to be under the alerts menu or the alerts tab, and then just right click and select create. So you can then select the instrument you want the alerts to be set on. You can also set expiration for those alerts. So let's say you want the alerts, you want the market to alert you if price gets to a certain level, but within today. And then you put in the value you want price to trigger you at. You also want to ensure that you're selecting whether it's the bid price or the ask price. Okay, so this is the condition. So you're saying if the bid price is lower than or higher than, or if the ask price is lower than or higher than a certain value, you want your MT4 to give you an alert. So it's quite useful, when you're looking to get your attention called within trade. Now this toolbar menu here kind of shows you. So remember, there's also the Once you're done with a particular tab, if you're looking for it, you just need to go back to our trade order. There's the exposure, account history, the news. There's also the alerts, the mailbox, markets. There's the MT4 markets, marketplace. You could find indicators, EAs or expert advisors, and all of those fancy things that are being offered in the market for sale. Okay. Now, something else we're going to quickly look at is the object list. You see, this is this first one is the cursor. This is the mouse cursor we're using. But this crosshair, you can see it shows you a vertical and a horizontal point of where you are, where your mouse is currently. Okay. Now, this is useful, very useful in helping you to be able to see exact price. So let's say, for example, you want to so just give me a moment. Okay, sorry about that. Okay, so let's say, for example, you want to place your stop loss at a particular value. You can just use this to select the value. So if you look at toward the right, this shows price, and this is below here is time. So price against time. You can see the actual value there, right? So that's the value. So you can then put that as your stop loss and maybe your take profits, so you're using it to see exactly where you want to place your maybe you want your stop loss or take profits to be. So if you want your stop loss to be below here, to get the value, you could just use the crosshair and it will show you that exact area, and then you can just type out the value, right? So that's one useful tool. There's also the vertical line tool, which you can use to draw vertical line, like so. Let's say you want to look at a certain area. So it's I don't really use this, but that's where that's how you use that. Now, the horizontal line is one that you probably use a lot. You can use it to identify levels of support and resistance. So when you're learning support and resistance, when you're drawing support and resistance, you've identified area in the market. You want to just highlight those areas, for example, somewhere like this. And then you can see that, you can see how price has reacted to those areas in the past. You can add multiple, tools or multiple horizontal lines to your charts, like so, just to highlight key areas that you're interested in, right? You can modify it if you don't like the color red. If you want to make it thicker, just double click on it and then, right click on it. So you double click, it gets selected, you right click on it, and then you select horizontal line properties, and then you can modify all the settings to look how you want it to. So if you want to make it bolder, you can, and then, it will look exactly the way you would like it to be, okay? So that is that. And then there's the trend line tool, right? To draw trend line. It's a trend line tool which you can use to draw diagonal lines on your charts. Very useful. You can use this to draw diagonal lines on your charts. You can also modify it the same way you modify your trend, your horizontal tool. So let's say we want to identify a trend like this, a trend line like this. You can draw that, and that can help us to have a visual, idea as to what we're looking at. So we want to pay attention to when price maybe gets back toward this trend line. So that's how you draw trend line. Also here, there's the equidistant channel. So channel, you can draw your channel tool is a tool that helps you draw parallel channel. Like this, you can see this is a channel. It draws the channel for both the support and the resistance, and you can adjust this like this. So you can draw it facing downward for bearish channel. You can draw it facing upward for bullish channel, okay? And then there is the Fibonacci retracement tool, which you, in the Fibonacci class, in the Fibonacci lecture, you would see what it is about and how to use it for. Just know this is the Fibonacci retracement tool, and that is one place you can get it from, okay? And then any objects you don't want on your chart anymore, you could just simply double click on it and press delete on your keyboard, or you could just double click on it and then select it and select delete. So whichever one works for you, either you double click on it and then press delete, or you right click and then select delete, right? So that's the object tool. Now, also in insert, now there are lots of indicators embedded with the MT4, and you can find them under Insert Indicator, and then you see all the indicators. Some of them have extra drop down. So you can select indicators and they will be added to your chart. Say, for example, you want to add the RSI indicator, which is the Relative Strength Index. You just go to Indicators, select Trend, select Oscillator, and then select Relative Strength Index. You select the properties you want it to be, and then you click on OK, and you have the indicator added to your chart. You can add as many indicators as you want to your chart, but you obviously want to add indicators that would allow you to see the chart, or at least based on the way you trade. So I'm just adding indicators to our chart, right? Now, you can also add like moving average indicators, you know, which is trend based. You can have a moving average, have multiple moving average, and maybe watch for crossovers of those moving average, and that's it. Now, if you want to delete an indicator, just simply go to the indicator. So, for example, just right click on the indicator window and select delete indicator window. So that's it. It's gone out of your chart. Select delete indicator window. It's out. And then for indicators that are in line with charts, you can just go hover over the indicator, right click on it, and select delete indicator. So that's how you both add and remove indicators from your charts whenever you want, right? So you see, add indicators, delete indicators. And that's about it. That's a brief, not a brief, a comprehensive rundown of the MT4. Now, one very important point one very important stuff we're going to learn also or look at is how to set trailing stop, how to trail your profits, right? And also how to close partial profits. Now, you might have, let's take this trade for instance. So let's go like this, right? Now, look at this. Now, you can increase or decrease the size of your charts by either clicking on this zoom in, zoom out button here, or pressing the plus or minus button on your keyboard. And then this scroll bar here. So if you click on this one, what happens is if you scroll back towards your charts, if it's selected, it will instantly scroll you back to the beginning, right? To the current price, right? And then this one just kind of like tags it. Now, let's say you've taken a trade and the trade is in profits and you want to close part of your profits. What you do, okay, in this case, the market is actually coming back down, but what you do is the same way you want to close, you can either right click and select close order, or you can just click on the X there. And then on that volume, so if you want to close, so the trade is one standard lot. Let's say we want to close 0.5 lots, just simply put in 0.5, right? And then click on close. So notice what happened. We've closed 0.5 out of that trade, 0.5 lots out of the trade. And then it would give us, so if you go back to our account history now, it shows that we closed this trade, 0.5 euro AUD, we made $3, not so much, but you get the idea. And we still have 0.5 of that same trade running. It's currently at 2.5, 2.6. Now, so that's how you close partial profits. So sometimes you hear me say how to take partial profits in a trade. That's how you take partial profits on your MT4. Now, you can also trail stop your profits. So meaning, now notice how this trade, it was taken from here and price went all the way up here. And now price has come back to it. Now you can trail stop your profits by clicking on the trade and select trailing stop, right? And then it is in points. So meaning 10 points make 1 pip. So if you want to trail stop your market by 20 pips, you'll need to go to custom and then select 200 points, because 200 points is 20 pips, right? Because 10 points makes 1 pip. So if you select 200 points, that's 20 pips. What it will do is, if the market moves in our favor, 20 pips, right? So let's say price goes in our favor by 20 pips, right? What it will do is it will move our stop loss automatically from where it was to our entry price. Now, if price goes from that point and goes 40 pips, like from our entry, it will move our stop loss to 20 pips. So it will keep moving our stop loss by the amount of pips we selected as price move in our favor. So why that is good, and nice, you don't want to now start trailing 5 pips, because it means if price goes up 5 pips, it will move your stop loss to break even, and then if market comes back down, it will hit you at and take you out for break even, right? So if you're trading your stop loss, you want to understand, okay, how much do I want to trail? By how many pips, depending on the trade you're taking, and all of those. Now, one very important point about trailing stop is that it is client-based, like I discussed in the other session. So meaning it is on your system, it's on your own end. That means if I close the MT4, that trailing stop is no longer active. This MT4 needs to be connected to the internet, and it needs to be open, right, for the trailing stop to be activated. Otherwise, it is not activated. Which is why when you want to really use this, you probably need to connect your accounts to a VPN, and you can only do trailing stop on your MT4 desktop version. Okay, so that's about it. And we've looked at a number of things. You can obviously watch it if you're finding some things confusing. It's quite straightforward, very easy to use. I'll do a simple video on how to use it on the on your mobile version, and and all the things you can do there as well. So I hope you enjoyed the video. I'll see you in the next training. Until then, stay safe, have a wonderful day, and cheers for now.